Dragon Ball Super Manga Chapter 78 comes out next month, and Chapter 77 was mostly composed of a flashback, but it gave us a ton of new information and revelation on what actually happened to Granolah and Planet Cereal. But is that backstory really over? We're going to talk about that here today on this video. Plus, we're going to discuss where they're going to go with Chapter 78, and Mr. Senpai over here has a crazy theory about where they might go that's totally unexpected. Stay tuned for that on this video because I have not heard this anywhere else, not in the comment section, not on any social media platform. So you're going to want to stay tuned for that one. But like I said, I'm Danny here at Geekdom 101, and there's Mr. Senpai. What's up?
You know I'm crazy. Hey, you're the one who said, I think I'm gonna quote you right now. You said it's better to overanalyze than to underanalyze. Didn't you say something like that
I
recently?
did say that. I think it is better to overanalyze than overthink than underthink because at
Over,
least you might get a better
yeah,
conclusion.
exactly. So
No,
let's see what happens. All right,
your theory. I'm not. You didn't explain it all to me yet, so I'll be listening to it for the first time here on this recording, and the people will as well. So we're talking about that here today. If you are new here, subscribe. Whether you're new or old, leave a like, of course, so that other Dragon Ball fans can get this preview as we discuss Chapter 78 of the manga. So the first thing I want to talk about, Mr. Senpai, is Bardock, okay? He was the main eventer of Chapter 77, the hero Bardock. We're not going to be going into a debate about the new versus old Bardock, 'cause that's been talked about all week. Twitter was on fire all week with this debate between the fans. But that's not what I want to talk to you about. I want to ask you, I talked about this in my stream the other day. Do you think that the flashback is done? Because it seems like they are teasing more. It seems like they're teasing a Bardock versus Gas fight that's part of the flashback in the next chapter. Are we going to get that, or will Monaito just talk about it?
well, if it does come, it wouldn't come from Monaito. It will come from the perspective of Gas, because based on what he said,
That's a
he
good point.
said he said, "I will not suffer such indignity ever again." I'm trying to make up a voice for him.
That sounds like
What?
he lost
Yeah,
the fight.
he lost the fight. See, a lot of people were saying, "Oh, maybe he's stronger than Bardock." Just because you block one attack doesn't make you stronger. Clearly, he lost the fight. He's but here's a stupid thing. He's had this entire grudge for 40 years just because you lost one damn fight. Come on, bro. Toriyama, Toyotaro, you can do a little better within this.
And
But anyways,
technically, it's more than 40 years, too, because they're rounding down. It's more than 40 years, no matter which
yeah,
timeline you're talking about. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. And even Alex says, "Oh, I get it. In a way, your revenge is tied up to all of this." So this whole time, this guy has just been focused on getting that revenge from 40 plus years. It's stupid. But anyways, the point
Right.
is, if we get a flashback, it's gonna come from his perspective. I just don't think we're gonna get a flashback because there's no need to it. We kind of already understand he lost to Bardock. Let's move on. So, what would a flashback add to it?
Well, we might
What new
get like
information?
maybe two panels of Bardock beating him and him just being like, oh, that maybe something like that. You know what I mean? Not maybe not a whole fight, half a chapter, but maybe a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, I don't foresee a flashback
I mean, I was
anymore.
thinking people are thinking it's gonna happen. We'll see. That one's up for debate. It's not really necessary, but it's something they might do. Now we know now that Alec is the one that killed Granola's mom. Granolah is going to be absolutely furious. You have now pissed off the strongest fighter in the universe, the man who handed Ultra Instinct and Ultra Ego in back-to-back chapters back to Vegeta and Goku. This guy is a dangerous fighter. We now know how dangerous Granolah is, way more than even I had predicted. He's gonna want to go after Alec. He wants to kill that guy. We already know that. Do you think that this means that we'll finally have Granolah teaming up with and forming a pack with Goku and Vegeta, or is he still gonna have that prejudice against the Saiyans? I would assume it's gonna go away, but
No, you have the Saiyans telling you the truth. You have Monaito telling you the truth. You even have your buddy. What is his name? The
oatmeal,
the AI,
oatmeal.
Oatmeal, right? So everybody around you is telling you one thing. So I think at this point we're reaching the climax where we're gonna see a turning point for his story arc. Remember how I told you in one of our previous conversations that it's following like the hero's journey for Granola.
Right.
So we're right
Yes.
in that point where he's now had the
This is
revelation
the
in the
turning point. This is the turning point.
Exactly. So yeah, he is gonna team up with Goku and Vegeta, but is that gonna be enough? And who is gonna be the new villain? Because they're teaming up to fight against Heater, but Heater, he's not a fighter,
You mean
right?
you
We
wait,
already
you wait.
know
You talk
that.
about Alec. You mean Alec?
Alec,
Yeah.
he's not a
No,
fighter,
Gas will
right?
will do the work. Gas will do the work.
Gas will do the work exactly.
Yeah. Don't forget that like button, by the way. We're gonna talk about Opie's crazy theory here in a minute. But before we get to that, the wish. We've been talking about it now for months. Will the Heaters get their wish, and what will it be? Because at this point, I've narrowed it down to two wishes. One of these two.
Oh,
Either A, they're gonna wish to have equal power to Granolah, like Gas, Alec, all of them, or they're going to wish to remove Granola's power, and then they're going to power him back down again. So it could be one of those two. I don't know if it was you, but somebody said that they think that Alec might wish to have the knowledge of Zuno. I think that was actually Jordan Lee in the stream. He's going to wish to have Zuno's knowledge. What do you think the wish is going to be, and are we going to get it in chapter 78? Finally.
so I think both of us are wrong. Every theory that we've had so far about the wish might be wrong, and I'll tell you why. So remember back in the day, they had 10 questions that they were gonna ask Zuno.
Right.
All right.
That's right.
Now we knew we kind of
we made a video
calculated.
about it. We made a video about
We
it.
made a video about it, and we were able to narrow 7 of the questions, but there were still about 3 questions that were unknown to us. Now they already knew about the Dragon Balls before they went to meet with Zuno. So what are those 3 questions? It may be revealed that one of those questions is a way to go around the the dragon. So the dragon, in order to become the strongest in the universe, you had to give up the majority of your lifespan, right? Now there may be a way around that Zuno knows. So that's what I'm gonna be one of the questions they're gonna ask Zuno. That's going to allow them to get something even more powerful than what Granolah was able to get.
So, huh. So they're gonna go
So like,
even higher?
yeah. So okay. So in order to get something as powerful as becoming the strongest warrior in the universe, you had to give something up. But there might be a loophole. The only person who might know that loophole is Zuno. We
Right.
still don't know what those
Right.
3 questions
You're
are,
right. You're
and I
right.
think that's right. So they remember he's a thinker. Knowledge is power for him. So he's going to ask Zuno. All right, tell me everything about this dragon. All right, what are the loopholes? And he's gonna use that to get something even more powerful to optimize that wish that's
Yeah.
gonna make Gas superior
And we
to
had
everyone else.
originally thought it was going to involve OG 73, but we haven't heard a peep out of OG 73 in months. Did they just write him out? Is he not coming back? Is he being? What happened to OG 73? We had all this talk about how he's going to be a problem, morals, powers, and all that. What happened with that? You know?
Yeah, man. Yeah, it looks like he's done. He's
I hope
history. He's
not.
OG.
I hope not. So let's talk about your wild theory that you were teasing, or I was teasing it earlier, about what might happen this next chapter. Now I'm gonna say this. Before we get to that, I want to say one last thing about the wish. I don't think they're gonna get the wish this chapter. I think they might get the second Dragon Ball this chapter, and then that'll be the cliffhanger for
Yeah.
the next chapter. Because Toyotaro's clearly dragging this on longer than you would expect. Because if the entire 77th chapter was a flashback, 78 might be the hunt for the last Dragon Ball, and it might be a Goku Vegeta Goku Vegeta Granolah trying to get the ball away from the Heaters. Who knows? But that could be the story here. So I don't think we're gonna actually get the wish, but we might get a tease of what the wish will be, and then maybe they summon the dragon at the end of the chapter, and the wish is made at the beginning of the next chapter. We'll see. I don't know, but your crazy theory here, this is totally out of left field. Go for it.
So this entire time, right? Frieza has been kind of the underlining villain behind the scenes. That Granolah, he hates the Saiyans, he hates Frieza. But let me focus on the Saiyans. Right? Now he's gonna be best friends with the Saiyans. They're gonna team up together. But we have somebody who's even more of a threat than Frieza. We have whatever the Heaters are planning. So my theory is that it's ultimately gonna come down to Granolah, Goku, and Vegeta teaming up with Lord Frieza himself to fight off against this threat. Because this threat is not just a threat to Granolah, it's a threat to Frieza himself. We already saw in this chapter of 77 that Alec was talking about. No, Gas was saying one day we are going to surpass or take over
the
Frieza,
Empire. Yeah, they wanted the Empire.
Yeah. Exactly. So they're going to be a threat to everybody. This whatever the Heater gang is planning. And we already saw how one of the kind of underlining themes of this saga has been to you have to work with your enemies or you have to try to understand them. Hey, tell me honestly, do you ever think that Goku and Frieza were gonna be teaming up together at a terminal power,
Well,
right? To fight.
right, but they had to for the sake of the universe. The only thing that
Exactly.
I'm curious about is would Vegeta really team up with Frieza like after what he said in Dragon Ball Super Broly about wanting to stop him from like attacking
Yo,
Earth? Like that's would he
Vegeta says
actually?
he's like, "Oh, I'm never gonna use instant transmission." He used it. Oh, I'm never gonna do this.
I'm never. How
He's
many
done
times
things
say
that he
I don't want to fuse anymore, and he does it.
exactly, bro.
It's like
They're
a
gonna
girl. It's
have
like a
to
girl.
team.
It's like the girls that say I want to wait till marriage. Yeah, right.
Exactly. You can't change the nature of them. So look, they're gonna say things, but ultimately, when it comes down to it, they're gonna have to team up, right? We
Well,
never
yeah,
thought that Goku and
in a
Frieza were
way.
gonna really team up like the way they did, and it might be surprising. Do you honestly think that if Granolah sees Frieza and Goku is right there, Goku is going to allow Granolah to kill Frieza in front of him,
I
or do you
don't
think he's actually
know.
going to?
Because Frieza caused them those problems during the Broly movie. I still don't even know why Gogeta didn't kill Frieza when he had the chance. Like I don't really understand that. I
Because
don't
Goku
get it.
tries to see the best in people. So
But
he
Frieza
allowed
has no
Frieza.
good qualities, man. Like he's
I know,
Frieza.
but when you fight with somebody, right, and you team up to save the universe, you have a little, like some sort of connection. You can tell at the end of the Dragon Ball Super.
But in Resurrection F, Frieza blew up the Earth and went because he played around with him. Like I don't know, man. If okay, look, if Goku does that, it's gonna remind me of the Senzu being at the Mora arc, bro. It's like, come on, you know what I mean? Like, why let the guy get killed? Let Granolah get his revenge. How's it gonna affect you? How's it gonna affect anybody else?
Yeah, but keep in mind, who was the ultimate mastermind behind all of this? It was revealed that the Heaters were the ones who were probably setting up Frieza and this whole planet exchange, right? They were the ones who leaked information to, oh, come and take over this planet. It wasn't necessarily Frieza. Yeah, it was his man, but it wasn't Frieza directly who killed
Right,
the Serialites,
right.
right? So
It was
ultimately,
yeah. He's the one who stooged them off to Frieza to
yeah,
yeah.
if you hand me a gun and I'm an actor and I shoot the gun thinking that it's a prop and it
What do
kills
you mean,
somebody,
Alec Baldwin? Are you Alec Baldwin now, bro?
is it my fault or is it the person who handed me the
No,
gun? You
hey,
know what I mean?
I'm not touching that one, bro. I'm not touching that one. This is a family video, bro. Come on.
the the point that I'm trying to make is that Priest is gonna be like, "Yo, I had nothing to do with this, man. Like, I was just chilling on my empire and my throne, right?"
Frieza
So,
would never say that. He likes it when people die. Come on, bro. We're talking about the same Frieza here. He likes when people die, bro. He doesn't care. I
but
don't know. I
ultimately,
can see that. I
if
can
you're
see
gonna
the.
have a
Go ahead.
if you're gonna have such a threat that can defeat Goku, Vegeta, and Granolah combined, right? Then you might need Frieza in order
I
to
don't know,
offset the
man.
balance.
If they can beat Goku, Vegeta, and Granolah combined, Frieza ain't gonna do jack shit, bro. He ain't gonna make a difference. Did you
He's
forget
got
what
an
we're
entire
talking about
army.
here?
He's got an army.
An army that he can kill in his first form with one blast, bro. What do you think Goku, Vegeta, and Granolah can do to that army, bro? Like that, smithereens. Like, what are you talking about, man? Look, I agree with you. I agree with you about Granolah. I agree with you about Frieza being on their side, but I don't know about them teaming up, bro. I don't think
I
Goku's
swear,
gonna
there's
is gonna.
water in here.
All right.
I swear, there's water in here.
Well, there's water in everything, bro. So I mean, you know, nah. But I
But
can see some of it happening, but I don't know about Goku helping Frieza stay alive or Frieza saying, "Hey, it's not my fault" or whatever. Frieza could say something like, "Well, it was the heaters that got me there, but it's still his fault. He's still, the ultimate prick in the universe, the emperor of the
to me,
universe."
is to me is character development. This guy has grown up his entire life hating the Saiyans and Frieza. Now we're seeing a turning point with him, probably gonna team up with the Saiyans. What? Why is it such a stretch that? Well, what about Frieza? He may also kind of team up with him too, out of
Yeah, but I
necessity.
think if he teams up with him, he'll probably try to kill him after he teams up with him. He's still gonna want to kill him,
Oh,
I think, bro.
I'm down for that. I am down for that
I
theory.
think that could
Yes.
happen. So let us know in the comments if you think Granolah actually would team up with Frieza. My disagreement with you is not about whether Granolah would work with him. It's about whether or not Goku would actually spare Granolah's vengeance. But I think after the Heater's taken care of, Granola's gonna want to kill Frieza. That's my guess. That's my guess on that. I don't think he's forgotten that. Ultimately, had his empire not shown up, his mom would have never died. So I think it's yeah, Alec did it, but it was a causality of Frieza coming. So I think they both
Yeah.
need to pay. And Frieza's not a good guy, bro. It's not like Frieza's a good guy all of a sudden. He's still a dick, you know?
But Vegeta had murdered and killed planets, civilizations, and he got forgiven by Goku. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that
They're
Goku,
two different
he's too
people,
much of.
though.
They are, but Goku is just he's such a pure-hearted Saiyan that he, at least while he's there, he's not going to allow somebody to get killed on his watch, even if he doesn't necessarily like Frieza all that much. You know what I mean?
All right. Well, let the commenters leave their comments, and we'll see what they have to say because that's an interesting idea. Or is that your final thoughts? I mean, are you? I think we are hitting a turning point now in the chapter.
Yeah.
What are your final thoughts before we get out of here?
No, that's it. I think that's enough crazy theories for one day.
All right, let us know in the comments what you think about his crazy theory and whether or not Granolah would actually work with Frieza. I don't think he would, but if it means he's gonna kill him afterward, maybe he would for a couple minutes. And we'll see y'all next time.